Hello, everybody, and I hope everybody has been doing well. Thanks again to those that watched my lunch hour live stream yesterday. So, I've been sitting on this information for probably about 2 weeks now, and I'm finally going to bring it to light to folks because this is something that I have continuously told people over and over again, especially a few specific folks, which I will not name. One is a very obvious one that is around in the little small circle of folks that we know. But again, just kind of reiterate reiterate the point that I'm trying to make. And people, when I'm doing moderating, are trying to think that I'm doing it because I'm some control freak or something. It's like, no, I'm going by what I've known from years and years and years of being on the internet as being a moderator and seeing other people moderate. And again, when some folks said that I was being a hard ass, um, let me tell you, folks, there are people out there that are moderators or admins that make me look mild. Like, no tolerance whatsoever, and they will have a gazillion things put into place to prevent you from saying anything in a negative manner towards you. I like to think myself again as being very laxed on the matter, and especially when I know certain individuals and I know how they can be, I'm usually very relaxed with them and understanding how they're being and where they're coming from. Whereas there's other people that are totally blatantly being trolls and whatnot, and they do need to be moderated because they're not understanding what, again, the channel's desires are for their side chat. And again, let me state this 100 gazillion times: when I am moderating someone's chat, it is not my rules. It is what the guidelines for the channel are in the way of how they want their side chat ran. And usually, in most instances, they don't want racism, they don't want prejudice against religions. So, like, no political, no religion, no racist or racism, no attacking your fellow YouTubers, which for the most part, most of the side chats I'm into, people are usually well mannered and good. That said, quick note before continue on with this. Some of the people that have been made moderators, again, I feel are quality people, such as Todd Flowers. Again, anyone who has any type of doubt that people like Todd Flowers are not good moderators, no, they have good character, and that is what's important for being a moderator. Lastly, before I finally start what you see on the screen here with my with the main display here that I'm showing, moderators should not be given out like cookies. Because someone is a friend, they should have a mod wrench. No. And that's a problem that some channels do, is they give mod wrenches to just about anyone, or in the case, their backers, which I, again, don't care if someone is a Patreon member. that does not give them a right to be a moderator. If they are a Patreon member and a person of good quality and standards, I have no problems with that. That's fine. But giving out mod wrenches to moderate side chats on sites shouldn't be a simple thing like giving out candies. It should be held serious because you yourself are also you yourself as a channel owner are then held in responsibility for that moderator. So, again, be careful in who you're selecting as a moderator, and let's finally go on to what we see here. So, again, sorry about the babbling, but it is 4 something in the morning, and I'm still awake, unfortunately. This time shift is being nuts. Now, again, I have stated this again over and over and over and over and over again. Americans think they have a First Amendment right to be able to say whatever the hell they want online with no consequences. No. That is false in your belief of that, and you going around and stating that is also false. This now, as we see here on the screen, has been officially confirmed. And as we see here, techspot.com, this is not me in trying to say I know it all or me saying that I'm the one that came up with this. No. Right here on the screen, as it says here, Google lawsuit and First Amendment. The U.S. Ninth Circuit rules First Amendment does not apply to YouTube and other online forums, which is, again, something I've preached from day one when I have taken over as a moderator. You folks that are American that think that you can say whatever the hell you want, however the hell you want, in whatever manner you want, no. You are fully can be held accountable. So, as we see here, case was dismissed by lower courts and upheld in appeals citing Supreme Court precedent. As it says here, big quotes, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibition of free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceable to assemble and to petition the government for a regress of grievances. First Amendment U.S. Constitution. It is a common misconception that the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution protects citizens' rights to say anything that they want anywhere they want. However, its purpose and language are to prevent the government from restricting speech. The First Amendment does not apply to private businesses such as restaurants, banks, or online platforms like YouTube. The Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has once again upheld a decision by the lower court to dismiss a lawsuit brought by Prager University against Google. According to the ruling, internet platforms are not subject to First Amendment. Conservative talk show host Dennis Prager, who runs the nonprofit PragerU, claims that YouTube sets a large number of his videos ranging from abortion to gun rights as restricted and demonetizes them. He asserts that this was a violation of his freedom of speech. The court disagrees. In a unanimous 3-0 decision, the Ninth Circuit said despite YouTube's ubiquity and its public accessibility, it is not a state actor. Again, like I said, the internet is not owned by the US state, by the United States of America. The internet is not part of the United States of America. It is a worldwide thing. You may have lines that run through the United States of America. You may have hosting that is based in the United States of America. But the internet itself is not owned by anyone other than the points of access that are provided by an internet service provider. Despite YouTube's ubiquity and its role as a public-facing platform, it remains a private forum, not a public forum subject to judicial scrutiny under the First Amendment, wrote Circuit Judge Margaret Keown. PragerU must head first into two insurmountable barriers: the First Amendment and Supreme Court President, Manhattan Community Access Corp versus Allheck. The court also dismissed an allegation of false advertisement. Prager asserted that YouTube's claim about free speech, such as everyone deserves to have a voice and the world is a better place when we listen, share, and build community through our stories, was misrepresentative of its policies. McKeon said that these statements were not advertisements but merely opinion. Our products are not politically based, said Google spokesman Farshad Shadlu. This decision vindicates important legal principles that allow us to provide different choice and settings to users. PragerU attorney Peter Ubsler told Reuters that the Seattle Appeals Court decision was very limited and it was only based on facts alleged in this case. Ubsler was referred to another related PragerU lawsuit against Google in California, where the state laws are more favorable to the plaintiffs. However, it is worth mentioning that it was San Jose's U.S. District Court that made the initial decision to dismiss. Former U.S. Solicitor General Donald Verrilli said the courts have remained consistent that private-held internet forums do not qualify as state actors. He asserted that if they did, the internet would be a very different place, chocked full of sexually explicit content, violent imagery, hate speech, and expressions aimed at demeaning, disturbing, and distressing others. Note the last point there. Hate speech, expression aimed at demeaning, disturbing, and distressing others. Funny that this has gone on a lot over the last 5+ years in certain parts of the guitar community or people that associate themselves with it. Some of it occurring on the screen in videos, some of it occurring behind the scenes in private conversations. That being said, what the document here illustrates the point is those folks that think they have every right to say hate speech, express demeaning, disturbing, distressing comments towards others, harassing them, cyberbullying them, and so forth and so forth. No, you do not. And you have never had the right. And again, you want to go argue with the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court for your right to do so. I freely welcome you to do so. But in regards to your conduct towards other people yourselves, and as what YouTube has implemented recently, no, you do not have a right to do so. Furthermore, those individuals, some I may know, might want to remove such content against people because they are liable. They have always been liable, and more so with YouTube's laws, they are you are furthermore liable. And if you try to cry about the First Amendment, I have First Amendment rights. Well, guess what? You don't, and you never have. So get that through your heads. YouTube, or even possibly somebody, will also be able to civilly and legally be able to go after you. Again, sorry, this might not be good news to certain individuals, but to the better people on the internet, the good people that don't deserve to be harassed and belittled and bothered by people, this is great news. And especially if you're a American, it is also to your advantage, because you can then go after a civil case against the harasser or attacker in your case, and more so, any lawsuits or further legal charges. You, by all rights, do have the right to say, with proof that you can obtain from Google, if you requester it from Google, they will dig back into their servers. Their servers are backed up for at least a minimum 6 months. They can dig back further if required, but at the end of the day, you are going to be held liable one way or another. And unfortunately, it's simply the way it is. People that are good, honest people, or people that are smart enough to actually keep their mouths quiet, don't have to worry about this. But those that are getting harassed, this is great news and further proof and information for you to use against said individuals. And again, to individuals that are attacking, harassing, making videos, making fun of people to put them down or put them in the wrong light, no. Stop before you get sued, or worse, put in jail. Unless you don't care about things, then hey, all the power to you, but there's this thing called karma, and it will catch up to you. Alright, so it's been 18 minutes. I will leave a link to this video, a link to this website with this article down in the comment section, down in the information section of this video. If you want to read it further and want to actually see it is a real thing and is not something that I've programmed up to make fake, like a lot of these trollers and harassers love to do with manipulating audio and video and such. No, it's a legitimate site. It is a legitimate article with legitimate information. That said, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you found this informative, and hope everyone is safe and well. Bye for now.